We're going to talk about topic 1, the Tates getting arrested. They might be getting arrested tomorrow. However, we're going to talk about I don't know what you would call this. There's somebody who's attacking Milk Bar and Crayons. And in the process of them attacking Crayons, they are like attacking these guys, saying, these guys are pedos, they're this, they're that. And I was looking at that, and I'm going to put that in the Jumbotron in reference to this organized attack. Now, I got attacked by a bunch of bots, too. Hold on. Let me invite Thoughts back up as speaker. I don't know what's going on.
It says that I'm a listener. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you perfectly now. So there you go. No, you're a yeah, I don't know what's going on with Twitter
it's
today.
It's not you, hun. So, it's not. We're being attacked by bots 100% because I'm literally nobody with my tiny little nothing account. Okay, but because Crayon retweeted my Vivian thread or something, they botted my thread with the exact same bullshit that they botted his space. I took screenshots. Imagine botting. It's literally a total of less than 5 minutes of video in a 3-part thread, and they sent, I don't know, I lost count at 15 bots.
Oh my God, I cannot believe this. So I got attacked by the bots yesterday. And I hate that this is happening, but whenever you guys see me put a post in verified accounts only, I'm doing that to protect, and I hate it. Trust me, I don't like doing that because it really, really cuts down on the engagement. So I don't know what to do because I want people to come in and be able to say what they have to say, whether you're verified or not. You don't have to be verified, but the only way I can protect my tweets is to make it verified only, and it sucks. I don't like it. But so Crayons got, speaking of bots, Crayons got attacked massively by a bunch of Tate bots. And I was watching it happen in real time. Then there's this guy, let me get my notes here, this guy named Will Pujols, who was arrested for murder. He's a real nasty piece of work. I'm going to put all of
his brother took the rap for that one.
So he didn't serve 15 years?
Pax is in the audience, and he would know too. If you just click on his profile, he's done.
Yeah, I got Pax. Hold on, I'm gonna put Pax. Hold on, I'm gonna put Pax tweet. I already have it here. I'm gonna put it right underneath so you guys can look at it. Let me go ahead and put it right underneath this our space. Okay, there you go. So if you check out the space, and let me see if I can put it in a Jumbotron. I don't know how to do that yet, but
I can help you out because I'm a speaker.
Oh, great. Thanks. So you can put, I just put it underneath this, the space. So if you can put that in, that'd be great. So I'm gonna put Pax in there. So they got some random guy who's been convicted of pedophilia, I guess. I didn't really look into the case because I know that's not Crayons. And so this guy, Will, who's a murderer, a literal murderer, these are the people who are behind Tate. And they're basically projecting, saying, "Oh, you're a pedophile too. We got you. You're nothing. You're working for." Oh, thank you so much, Thoughts. I appreciate that. You're working for DCOT, and we're gonna expose you, to basically discredit Crayons because Milk Bar. They also include Milk Bar in there, but Milk Bar and Crayons videos are going uber viral, super duper viral. And because of that, they're trying to discredit. I'm going to put up in the Jumbotron. If you could put this in the Jumbotron, that'd be great too. This one is by Luke Lilis, and it's a video that Crayons put up that says how to discredit people who are giving like good information, right? So I put it up there. It's by Crayons. And you'll see where he's literally has a video where he's saying, yeah, you gotta discredit them, call them a nerd, call them a criminal, call them all these other things. And therefore you just gotta discredit them as much as possible. And so I put that video in there too. Pax's thread is really good as well. And we have his arrest record as well. Go ahead, thoughts.
Yeah, like just as we're talking about all of these things and all of these different accounts, the amount of projection, like every time these guys get an accusation or they want to try and debunk something, they're literally self-snitching, comparing themselves to pedophiles, like that Philip Schofield in the UK when he got busted for like dating or grooming someone from like age 10 or 12 or something till he was 15, and then he became an intern where he worked. And then he's also comparing himself to Epstein. He compares himself to Genghis frickin' Khan. He's always comparing himself to like the worst people. And I'm sorry if my voice is giving out, but I mean, it's the...
No, you sound great, actually.
I know, right? I'm in my Phoebe Buffet cafe voice. Right? Smelly cat. I'm in smelly cat mode. So, yeah, but just like the amount of self-snitching projection that they're doing, pay attention because they're only comparing themselves to pedophiles.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let's not forget that Tate was bragging about how he can be like just as good as Epstein, right? In that tweet from one of his deleted accounts. And I'm saying to myself, who does that? Who actually look at Jeffrey Epstein as something to acquire, something to aspire to?
Other like pedophiles, perhaps?
So, possibly, you know. I think pedophiles admire other pedophiles. That's what I think. And, but I just want everybody to know that the attack of accusing Crayons of being a pedo, that was just something I just saw this morning when I woke up to go check on Crayons' account, because I wanted to be able to let you all know, like, I'm not going to have my hopes up high that the Tates get arrested, and we'll talk about that soon, but I want to get this part over of the slander and trying to discredit effective people of disinformation. Let's not forget that the reason why Krabs is no longer on the internet is because he was the first person to really jump on the Tates and to really give a whole bunch of information. And next thing you know, because the Tates had an inside connection inside of Twitter, they still do. Don't sleep on Elon Musk. Don't sleep on him at all. I don't like Elon, and I know Elon is still cool with the Tates as well. So I think one of the things that sorry, I forgot something. Also, there is a whitelist, and I posted it on my Twitter account before. I got to go find it. There's a whitelist that allows certain accounts to say anything they want, including an N-word, including an F-word, including a lot of words that we are not allowed to say. If we say it, we'll either be put in Twitter jail or we'll get a warning of limited visibility, and our account, or excuse me, our tweet will be deranked. So that's something that they're allowed to do, but you know, we are not allowed to do it. Anywho, so what I want to say is that, like, these people are attacking credible sources, and they are now attacking Crayons by slandering him with being a pedophile. But this guy, this Will guy that we put down in the replies underneath this Twitter space, this is a literal criminal. This is an actual murderer. And I noticed that Tate, who's also a criminal, liked to surround himself with vile criminals and people who have no problem doing evil things to shut other people up. So something that I thought would just be like, okay, let's go ahead and let people know what's going on. it's getting bigger and bigger. The closer that it's going to come for these guys to go to trial, because everybody keeps saying, well, if it's their bots keep saying, oh, well, if they were guilty, how come they're not in jail yet? And how come they haven't a trial yet? How come they haven't been charged yet? And first of all, they have been charged. There are new charges coming because of the raid. And we'll find out tomorrow if they go back to jail. Well, actually prison, because the last time they were, based upon what I was listening to with Crayons, the last time they were in detention, they were in a very nice, somewhat okay prison, jail. And at this time, they're going to a harder prison than before. And I hope that happens. But one thing I've noticed about, and I think a lot of you all notice, is that the Tates will get their lawyers to file some dispute to postpone the inevitable. And then those clowns come online and go, yeah, the judge didn't know anything. He realizes this case is a sham. And I just want you guys to understand that the reason why they keep postponing because the judge realized that this is the sham case, but their lawyers doing it. I'm going to tell you something. I hate those people. I hate the Tates, but this is probably the most creative, very effective PR stunt I have ever seen in my life. And I'm pretty impressed how they can take a truth and just slather it with lies and reform the narrative to work as if they're the victims when they're really the villains. And so anyway, I just wanted to put that out there, is that I put underneath the tweet where we're having a space, is that this is a bunch of organized, coordinated attack against the two of the affected people. They already took down Krabs. Krabs cannot come back to Twitter. Even when he tried to come back as Lobster, they nuked that account too. And Elon knows about all of this. Let's not forget, and I think, Thos, you can back me up on this, my Crayons account was suspended too.
Twice.
And then we managed to... Twice? Okay, twice. Okay. So Crayons account was suspended twice too. And so it's like, it's a dangerous thing. You're jeopardizing your account. And these people are very, very evil. Vicious. So if anybody has anything to say, you can go ahead and say it before I move on.
Listen, we agree with the tater tots on one thing only. Why aren't they in jail?
Yes.
Yeah. I want them in jail, but could you tell them to stop having their lawyer postpone the inevitable to filing all these disputes and these appeals so that it's pushing the jail back? I want them to go to jail tomorrow. Now, let me talk about that really quickly. And this is based upon the space I was listening to. So, what happened is that, when they were incarcerated, and shortly after they're incarcerated for the first charges, okay, they committed, DCOT found out that they committed more crimes. So while out on bail, it is determined that if a defendant commit a crime or preparing to commit a crime, he can be rearrested and placed back in jail, or in this case, they're going to be placed back in prison, a harder prison. The Tate's lawyer, from my understanding, the Tate's lawyer could file a dispute to postpone the decision, or the judge can go ahead and just put them in prison for 60 days, and they can appeal it every 60 days like the last time, in order to just deal with house arrest. So I know everybody's happy, like, oh yeah, they're going to be arrested tomorrow. Let's not be so eager to be, like I said, the Romanian court system, Jesus, it's slow. It's very slow. And because they got one judge, right? That's dealing, it's not like a jury situation like we have over here in America. So they're taking advantage of the fact that it is slow and it's a process. And a lot of times, I didn't want them to be released on house arrest, but because they followed the rules, they were placed under house arrest, and then allowed to travel the county and then I think the state, but I mean not the state, the country. And so now they're going to go to the court tomorrow. We'll find out tomorrow. Let me also, based upon what I was listening to, let me also give you all, and when I get a chance, I'll make sure I'll put all of this underneath this space of what the charges are, okay, for the second case, okay, not the first case. So if I'm mistaken, let me look at the first case. They were charged with, one moment. Okay, so with Andrew, they were charged with the first case before the raid, human trafficking, rape, and forming an organized criminal gang to sexually exploit women. Now, with this second case, the charges that are pending, or I think that are coming down the pipeline, is forming an organized criminal group, trafficking a minor. So Tate trafficked a 15-year-old girl, had sex with her. He also trafficked a 17-year-old girl and put her to sex work for his webcam company. Go ahead, Thoughts. Thoughts, if I say anything wrong, go ahead and jump in.
Okay, so just to clarify, like there's a comment down below from Common Sense, and he's not wrong, that whitelist screenshot that was all passed around that had like the Trumps and Tates and stuff on it, technically that's been debunked, but if it's fake, why would they suspend the accounts that post it, right? That's number one. But there is evidence of whitelisting, and when I find my screenshot on it to explain how pro accounts or like affiliate accounts get special treatment on Twitter, including dedicated support and enforcement. You know what I mean? So I'll find those things and I'll put them down in the comment. And as you're talking, I'm only adding things to your nest as you're posting them yourself.
I appreciate that so much.
No
Thank
worries.
You.
I co-host for Crayons, so you know. Right? It is what it is. I mostly cried in Crayon space, right? So I'm like, he's got this, but he just needs like help on the outside, right? So
yeah, because I have notes. It is hard. I can't put stuff in the nest and then look at my notes to make sure I don't say anything wrong.
Yeah. Managing requests, speaker order, all that stuff comes into play, right? So I mean, whatever Crayon likes to run, he likes to drive. So if you don't get it brought up, it's because he says you're not yet, or no, right? He just lets you sit there until he wants you, right? Every host is different. For listeners that are new to spaces, please keep that in mind, right? Whatever you think we should be doing on here, we're doing what we want. So F you, like you, but F you.
Okay, now what list is he talking about? I don't know what list is he talking about.
Okay, so there was like the original account that posted it, right? Like they did end up admitting that it was a bit of fakery, but
oh, you talking about crabs?
No, not crabs. It's the crabs stuff is separate. I'm talking about recently there was like a screenshot passed around that had like a bunch of code. Have you seen that one?
No.
Okay. So that was being passed around for a while, and people were really like asking questions about it. Like, it was the list that had the terms on it of like the hard R and like spic and stuff like that on it, and we were looking at it like, why are they giving whitelist term privileges to?
Oh, this is when I was talking about earlier about certain people giving certain privileges. Okay, got it.
Yeah. So Common Sense is not wrong when he says that particular screenshot was debunked as fake. However, the fact that Twitter censored it and suspended the account that posted it instead of allowing Community Notes to do its job gave some truth to what the fakery was saying. And I do have evidence of special protection from either being like under TOS, like if you admit that you're black on here and you're like a blue check and you're well known and stuff, they'll let you get away with the hard R with no moderation?
No, they won't, because no. Wait, if they did, they need to let me know, because I literally put it to the test.
Yeah, but you're not
And
like
I
an
got,
affiliate. You're not like a corporate account on here. But both Andrew and Tristan, when you go to like the War Room page, it's a business and it has a square.
you see a little corner.
Okay, and then you
got it.
click
I
on the
understand.
affiliate tab, and it's only got 2 affiliates
Yes.
right now. One's Andrew, one's Tristan. And
Yes,
I think
yes,
it used to
okay.
have Iggy there too, and that's why Iggy deactivated. Like he went underground. And he went underground
Okay.
2 days after October 7th. I have another small dig on that one.
Right.
Because he's Jewish
Yeah.
and he's attached to the War Room, right?
Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. I believe it, because I've seen it. My thing is that, you know, I see the special privileges that are given to the Tates, and they're putting it to the test. All right. They're saying they saying the F word, they're saying the N word and everything like that. They're not getting, put in timeout. They're not getting their accounts deboosted. So somebody gonna have to explain that. That don't look like fake news to me. And especially when he's blatantly going out, purposely saying the N word with the hard R. Like, Tate is just like going hard. Now, he calmed down and stopped saying it lately. I don't know why, but I'm watching him on another account, because he blocked me on this account, where I'm watching him literally say these things. So if you can't justify that, I don't want to hear about some fake news. I mean, you can't tell me not to believe what I'm literally seeing when I see everybody else get punished for doing, and I do minor stuff and get punished, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, go ahead.
Just quickly
Thoughts.
before you move on, the last thing that I posted in the nest is the screenshot we were just talking about that was debunked. So if anybody's listening, it's that screenshot that's last on the left has been debunked. However, if you click on it and scroll down to the bottom of the post, it's the first time I have ever seen a tag on a post that said manipulated media. Not totally fake, right? Because Community Notes handles that stuff. So this is what we're talking about, is there is 2-tier moderation happening on here, and it might be attached to like a specific whitelist. Like if you pay $10K, you're just added to the whitelist, or if you're like an affiliate, you get special privileges because it's built into the benefits of being an affiliate, right? So just before you move on.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. So let me read over the charges that are coming toward this for the second case. Okay, so the first one is forming an organized criminal group. Second one is trafficking of a minor. So Tate is, you guys want to call everybody else a pedophile. He is actually a pedophile according to you guys. Thing. He likes to deal with minors. He even bragged about this. I don't even understand how people can get upset about him being charged with having sex with a 15-year-old minor when he literally is on camera bragging about it. You know, say him and Tristan. So, and they sex traffic a 17-year-old girl by luring her in using the, what do you call that? Romeo technique, I think. And then the third one
Lover Boy
is
or Romeo Pimping.
Lover Boy. Thank you. The Lover Boy.
Romeo Pimping.
That's what it is. Okay. Romeo Pimping and the Lover Boy technique. Okay. The next charge is additional human trafficking. And this includes 35 new victims. And this includes the 2 minors. So this brings the total, victim number to 49 victims. Okay. And that in itself is something where you guys can sit up here and say, like, well, there's so many women. They may, and I still would believe the women. All right. Not because they're women, but because one, the Tates snitched, they self-snitched. Okay. So it's not this believe all women. They literally self-snitched about the things that they are being charged with. So if they only had like one woman, two women, okay, maybe you can be like, oh, they're jaded, they're ex-girlfriends, but now you have a total of 35 new victims, which total to 49 victims. Okay, where there's smoke, there's fire. And put that on top of the fact that they are bragging. They have videos of them. They want to rewrite the narrative saying that those videos are old, where they are 10 years ago. They're not. Those videos are anywhere from 2 to 3 to 4 years ago. Even during COVID, they were doing a video series for their Hustler University. So there's no way around that, to try to revise history in reference to that. Also, the next charge is money laundering. All right. And the fifth one is influencing statements, which is also known as witness tampering. While they were in jail during the month of January 2023, Andrew and Tristan Tate were recorded giving instructions to his cousin Luke. That's the one with the video I posted below, showing how to discredit anybody who's giving credible videos about the Tates. Basically telling his cousin Luke to intimidate two of his victims to either change their statements or to withdraw their statements from DCOT. And then the last one is bribery offense. While still in jail, they were caught on a recorded line. I don't understand how they did not think that I wasn't going to be recorded. But anyway, these people were not that bright. They were on a recorded line trying to bribe two local Romanian politicians to help get the charges either removed or to help have them leave and everything like that, just to help them out with what's going on with them in general. So that was the first thing I wanted to talk about, because and then you all can and chime in, but that's what I wanted to talk about in reference to what's going to happen tomorrow. I see a lot of, and I want to be happy with you all in reference to if they get put in jail tomorrow, because I love trolling the Tate sales. I love trolling their fans and like have a church where everybody has the Holy Ghost. It's like, this is me in the Matrix.
Entertainment, right? That you can engage whenever you want, or just block. That it drives them crazy too, right? Oh, she blocked me. It's like, yep, see, cope.
Yeah. I mean, I here's the thing. Like, if I'm not here, I know this sounds crazy, right? I'm not here for growth. I was permabanned off of Twitter for 4 years and 10 months for ageist against David Duke. I called David Duke a racist grandpa after we had a debate, and I got removed for ageism. And I said, and I was so bitter. I talked about that for 3 years, and then I gave up and said, okay, you know what? I got alt accounts, saying I'll be all right. And then when Elon got back on the platform, I resubmitted, several months later, I resubmitted an appeal. They apologized. They stated that I was permanently suspended or permabanned for no reason, and they reinstated my account. I was gun shy and stayed a little quiet. But then I said, I'm not going to be political this time. Well, not per se. I'm going to be more pro-women and really advocate for women than I am on politics. And that's where my content began to change. And so I'm not a nice person on Twitter. I'm okay with that. And so I don't want to be going in a back and forth, unless I absolutely have nothing else to do, which happens twice a month. And so I'm in a fighting mood, so I'll go back and forth. But other than that, I'm just ready to block people who are trying to distract me from what I'm doing and what I'm saying. If somebody wants to have a nice debate or conversation, they can contact me. But it's time consuming going back and forth on Twitter in a replies. So there's that. So I guess what I want to say is, do any of you ladies have anything to say in reference to the possible arrest of the Tates? Do you think it's going to happen? Do you think they're going to be able to dispute it and push it back? And also, what do you think about the smear campaign that has been going on in reference to Crayons and Milk Bar, but especially Crayons?
I see Sharon is a listener. She may have been paying a little bit more closer attention to what happened yesterday. If she has a request pending with you, she might be a good person to bring up. Otherwise,
let me bring her in.
Otherwise, I'll let number one bear Dan go first.
Okay, Sharon, I just gave you speaker privileges. I hope it's working. There you go. See, it worked for her.
Dude, I'm being botted, right? And I'm just accepting my punishment like the good little subby I can be. Spank me harder, Daddy. You can't make me cry as hard as I can. Because I'm sadistic too, man. I'll switch it up on you. You want a brat? I can be your brat. And watch me to pull that safe word right when you're enjoying it. Okay? Don't mess with thoughts, baby.
No safe words with me.
Okay, Sharon, why don't you update us on what went down over there with Crayons account?
So they're doing the same thing they've always done, which is going after. They're trying to figure out. I know I was on the last space or two spaces before where they were trying to get personal information from Crayon, which lucky enough he's used to their tactics, so he was able to shut it down relatively easy with, what was it, Sam Dude or whatever his name was, which triggered the crap out of me.
It was Gary 33 on an alt.
There you go. So he went off. If most people don't know here, I am a sexually assault victim. I am or what I call survivor. So that was very triggering what he was saying, a lot of the stuff to me. Thank goodness Crayon was able to just shut him down instantaneously. Do not blame victims, all this other stuff. So that was really nice. However, what's going on now is that they're trying to do the same thing they've done to everybody, which is trying to discredit him as being a pedophile, trying to say that he's some guy from Louisiana, which cracks me up, by the way, because there is no way Crayon's accent is from any dude from Louisiana. I can tell you that for a freaking fact. I think anyone from America knows that accent from Louisiana, and that is not Crayon. That's ridiculous. And it coming from really Mr. Man who has a criminal history. If anyone can dig up dirt, Tree and I both can figure out that dirt on that dude, and we can blast it no tomorrow. Because he's crap. He's here in Miami, by the way. I'll gladly go visit him and explain to him what a real woman's all about.
All right, girl.
He's trash. I told him, I said, I've seen smarter people here on the side of the street.
Kidnapped his own son.
He's trash. Anyways, so that's what I see them doing. Besides, they're doing a huge, campaign because he's releasing the information as it should be released, which is all of the legal documents. It is the chats. It is all the, they're trying to claim that he works for Diet, which we all know he doesn't. He's just a regular dad who, if anyone knows any parent on a mission, we are non-stoppable, which that's exactly who he is. That's all he is. He is a dad with a mission who wants to get information out of how dangerous Tate is to our children. It's no different than when I went to my son and I asked him, hey, have you watched any of the Tate videos? And he goes, oh yeah, I've seen a few of them. He's total shit. And I said, okay, why is he shit? And I literally dived into him and I asked him these questions. And he goes, because of this, this, and this. And nobody that I know of ever watches this shit. And I'm lucky enough here in America, or at least here in South Florida, nobody gives a shit about Tate. And I just think here's because it's so diverse. We have so many mentors down here. There's nothing to worry about, at least down here. I don't know about anywhere else where there isn't a lot to do, but down here, no. But there, I think in England and Europe and that, there's not a lot. I have no idea why, but I'm not going to go through that. Anyways, Crayon is going through what a lot of people have gone through, which is a massive media campaign where they're trying to take his account down. They're trying to discredit him, tell him that he's this or that. And it will go away in probably 5 days. If Tate goes to jail, pray that he does, at least spends another 30, 60, 90 days. And, because he did break a lot of his, and hopefully the prosecutors can say, hey, he broke this, this, and this, and he deserves to stay in jail for the next 90 days. I don't know how long Romanian courts can keep him there, and then make him stay there. My only problem though with that is that, does it go against the sentence? Like, does that say, hey, like he already served 2 years for his 20 years, or if they do put him in jail? So I don't know. So other than that, that's essentially it. Hopefully within a couple of days, it will settle down, and his account doesn't get suspended, hopefully, from all the reporting.
I do believe, based upon what I was listening to, that it will be like the last time. If he gets put in jail tomorrow, it would be for 60 days, and then they'll revisit the case to see if they will let them go to, they will be on home arrest or to do another 60 days in jail.
Yeah. So I think that's what it's probably going to be if they do decide that, or he'll just stay on house arrest until they go to trial, and then continue on what they've been doing now, which is pushing it off, and then with their media campaign of saying, oh, no, the case is bullshit, and they have no case, and blah, 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 which is just total of them to keep getting money out of their people. That's all it's for.
Yeah. I'm kind of, in a way, now that I think about it, maybe it's a good thing that they're pushing it back, because I do know, based upon listening to the spaces by Crayons and Milk Bar together with them, but mainly Crayons, to notice that they're trying to make they're not trying to have two different court cases. From my understanding, they're trying to get all of the charges in one case. So they have that one trial with all of the charges being heard. And that's going to be brutal. That's the reason why I think they're pushing it back, because they know that with that big cart full of evidence, they're going to do a minimum of 20 years easily. And let's not forget that once they, let's say, for instance, they just do 10. I don't think they're going to just do 10. I think I have a funny feeling they're going to do at least 20. But let's say, for instance, they do 10. Well, once they get out for 10 years, they got to go to the UK to basically have that trial. So these guys are going to be spending the rest of their lives in jail.
Yeah. And they still have the money laundering charge. And I don't know if money laundering, because here in the U.S., if people know about U.S. law, they're just going to piggyback. They'll wait for Romania to do all of the work, and same thing with the U.K. And then our DOJ will just let them do all the work. And essentially, they'll take all that information, and they'll wait till the cases are done, and they'll do that.
Yeah,
and then they'll take all that information, and then they'll file it. So if everybody wants to know why the U.S. is just waiting, that's what they do, by the way. They'll wait. They'll let them file their cases. They'll get all the paperwork, and then they'll say, okay, now give me all that information, because that's what we do. And then they'll say, okay, now we'll file our cases. And then they'll do the money laundering case on our side. Because I'm assuming there is some that they're going to end up doing, but they're just going to wait and see. And they'll wait for Romania to do their thing, UK to do their thing. And then they'll eventually bring charges here, which then they'll spend, if they did any kind of tax evasion, they're never getting out of jail.
Oh, absolutely. They're going to get them from tax evasion.
So,
absolutely. These guys are cooked, and good. I like when bad things happen to bad people like these two, So there's that. Okay. All right. Okay. So, I had 3 other subjects to talk about, but, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of one of them. Because listen, for those of you who don't know, we're going to do this every Tuesday at 1 p.m. I'm pretty hardcore in reference to time. And so I only want these spaces to go on for an hour, no more than an hour and a half. And maybe we'll do an extra space to take in people who want to talk, but not today. Unless you are knowledgeable about this as a woman, then that's what we're going to do is invite you up to speak, like we did with Sharon. So, but if this is successful, which so far it looks like it is, we may do I don't want to space more than an hour and a half. Or an hour, anywhere between an hour and a half, saying I don't want a space like that because I'm also going to put this on YouTube. So, that's what we're going to do. And, since this is the first episode, I'm learning as we go, and the format is going to evolve as time goes forward. So the next thing I want to talk about now, this is something, and I'm surprised. I'm not upset. I'm so sad that Lisa can't be here. No, this wasn't Lisa. It was Hollywood. She and I was talking about Pearl, right? And I'm going to put this out here, and I want you all to give me your thoughts, right? I know Sharon's laughing. Okay. I do not believe in being nice to my enemy. I don't like it. I never will do it. I don't trust anyone, especially another woman who has done some vile things to women. And I take friendship very seriously. I wish I could contact my childhood friend, but when Pearl backstabs her childhood friend in order to get content, that makes her a POS, in my opinion, right? So she can't be trusted. And so I'm noticing, and I get mad, and y'all see me get mad at other women who think that kindness will kill Pearl's evilness. And then they'll be nice to Pearl, and then Pearl will be mean to them, and then eventually be nice. And then if they say something wrong, then Pearl come and cut their throat off. And then I'm right there behind them going, I told you, I told you, I told you, I told you. And I believe that women, and this is going to be very controversial, right? I think women who don't know how to keep their enemies away from them and that are befriending their enemies are the same women that put us in a situation right now where we have men putting on a Walmart wig with some cheap ass makeup and talking about some, I'm a man, I want to come into your space. And then you got them entering female sports. The men don't have this problem. Coming into female locker rooms, female bathrooms, female everything. Okay. When you look at them, you know what you're looking at. And it only got that way because women, and I know, yeah, but like men, no. We are gatekeepers of our own space. And so we have to have women allow other individuals into our space. And so when I see women being nice to evil women that'll throw you underneath the bus quick, fast, in a hurry, I'm like, okay, you're a potential traitor, and you're not going to learn your lesson until she comes for you, until she backstabs you. Now, it's up for debate because, like, I'm not going to change my mind. I'm just saying it's good to get other women's perspective on it because I'm very alpha. I'm a bitch. And I have no nonsense qualities. Whereas you have other women, especially the Christian women, who are saying you got to forgive. Forgiving does have nothing to do with, you can forgive someone, but that doesn't mean you have to befriend them and allow them in your space. So I guess I want to get you guys, opinion in reference to Pearl, because the reason why Pearl is irrelevant now is because women like me were not nice to her. We came for her. We exposed her. We clowned her. She talked about women's looks. I talk about her looks. I can play that game. And now, due to her being demonetized and due to her having a gazillion videos, exposed videos made about her, like, people are over her real quick. And if you look at her Twitter, her engagement is like crap now. So I guess the question is, should we be nice to Pearl? Y'all already know my position. What is yours?
No.
Short and sweet. I like it.
Short and sweet. No. I think we should continue to be mean to her.
Oh, come on, ladies. You know Absolutely. We can fix her, right?
No. No.
No thanks.
We throw out the baby with the bathwater on that one. That's essentially mine.
Just let me talk to her for like an hour or two, okay? And she can ask me anything. I'll let her attack me and everything. I'll smile. Like, Pearl, who didn't love you enough? Was it your mom? Was it your daddy?
She's still single.
Right? You keep asking for money, honey. Why don't you just ask for his love? Just I want to see if I can break her a little. Let me, Tree. No. I'm gonna let you guys handle it first, right? And then later on, when she's like got no friends except the other people who vote against their own gender, then maybe I'll make my approach then when she's a little more down and out. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing about it is when you come from money, this is just another thing fascinating that I find is that when you come from money and all you do is fail upward, you're not in a position to talk about women's spending habits. You're not in a position to talk about the debt that women put themselves in. You're not in that position. Whenever your one of your many businesses fail, you're able to go, Daddy, I get demonetized. Daddy, I got evicted from my luxury condo. Daddy, I need more money. Daddy, like she brags about having an allowance.
Daddy, let this broke ass Dusty move in with us. I need a man, and I can't buy one on the street now. It's illegal ever since like the Second War or something civil when Scarlett O'Hara was in charge. Like, come on, I need my own man.
You know she's trying to get blessings back over here in America, right?
Does he even want to come? Maybe he's using it. Oh, honey, I'm sorry I can't come. They won't let me in, right? Meanwhile, he's like,
I don't know, dude. Let me tell you something. When she moved out, Blessings looked out and said, "I get to say that I lived in a fancy condo." Okay,
and women can fake orgasms. I think we've seen acting before.
So anyway, I think you're so crazy, girl. I think she's crying about she missed Blessings. Therefore, I was telling everybody her and Blessings were bumping uglies.
Gotta learn to clean that side table, honey.
You know it, girl. She's trying to get them to come back. She's trying to get them to America. But apparently, all of a sudden, America wants, and I think it's because of the election going on, they're now cramping. They're now making it a little stricter to bring people over here willy-nilly. I don't know why they start doing it. Well, yeah.
Fly into Mexico. Let them walk across like everybody else.
That's what I said. I said, tell them to come through the border over there in Mexico, come through Texas or Arizona. He can get in that way.
Yeah. You just grab one of the random kids that's wandering around with the grown man adults and just be like, yeah, this one's mine. I'm his uncle. We're just, you guys aren't the same color. So I'm his uncle.
Well, I think she spoiled him because if you look at what Blessings look like now versus what he looked like when he first got onto Pearl's team, Blessings gained at least 150 pounds.
That's called commitment weight.
You know what I'm saying? Commitment weight.
That's a lot of commitment. That's a lot.
See, but you have to balance the commitment weight with sex. So if one of you's getting fat, it means you're not getting fucked enough. Sorry for the swears, though.
Oh my God.
Get to the gym together or one of us is leaving.
Well, she goes to a gym. He doesn't. He's behind the camera.
Still, man, you got to work it off for him. You can't just let him eat and not, forgive the term, but fuck it off of him, okay?
Hold on. You know what? Now that you said work it off, now that explains why Pearl is getting into marathon running. Because I thought it was crazy that she started practicing for a marathon and running every day. And I was like, why is Pearl doing that? Oh, now it makes sense. Because you know how if you had good sex on a constant basis, then what do you do with all that energy? Well, you either eat it, or you exercise it, or you put it into a hobby. And I think she's doing that.
She's missing him.
Yeah, she's missing him. Oh my God. Okay. So everybody is here saying, I wish she was here. I wish Hollywood was here. Excuse me, Hollywood. I wish Hollywood was here, because she was on the fence. She was on the side of let's be nice to Pearl. But if you can see through Heidi, that doesn't work. When you're nice to Pearl, she'll get you, she'll bite you. She still is evil to women. I believe that if you have a love for women, you would, understand you're dealing with a rat. It's to me, and trying to be nice to Pearl is like trying to be nice to Tristan or Andrew Tate. That's how I feel about it. So there's that. Okay.
Yeah,
We're
that short
coming up
story
on
about a snake, like the lady helps the snake and the snake bites her anyway. You knew I was the snake.
Yeah, you knew I was a snake all along, and you knew who I was. So there's that. I'm going to, if anybody have any questions, I saw a question in the replies. And so, because this is where we're going to come to where we have any questions, and you all can put those questions in it. Okay, somebody, okay, I can't read that. Okay, someone, hold on, let me go to this other one. Okay, here's one by Anne. She says, what happens if the Tates are able to buy the judge? Will they still be extradited? I'll go first, and if Sharon and Thoughts want to jump in. Okay, call me optimistic, but I don't think it would be in Romania's best interest, because the whole world is looking at this case. Yeah. For the judge to be bought off, and it's obvious he's corrupt, because once again, what makes the Tates case bad for them is that they didn't know how to shut up. For every crime, they talk about how to avoid paying taxes, how to funnel money in, how to launder money in, how to pimp women, how to get women who are underage. Like Tristan is the king of that. He made a whole video series about it. Like, they talked so much, and everything was documented, from the chat rooms to the wiretaps to them themselves being in jail and literally on a recorded jail line committing crimes. These guys are so arrogant that they can't help themselves. And I don't think, and I understand the reason why he said he moved to Romania is because it's corrupt, is because you can buy off the politicians, is you can pay off a judge. He even made a video, again, surprisingly, admitting to that you can pay off a judge and this, that, and the other. He won't have to save no time. Plus, it's easy for him. He says he literally said, and I'm quoting him, he says, I'm not a rapist, but I like to do what I want. And that it's not easy to be charged with rape in Romania. So I get it. With the case going so slow, I get how you can be concerned that the judge will be bought off. I don't think. However, to answer your question, let's say, for instance, in an alternate universe, the judge is paid off with $1 gazillion. Yes, the Tates will be extradited to the UK.
I agree.
Did you mute?
So I agree with that. He's gonna, one, I know Romania has tons of problems with corruption, but I know they've been cleaning it up, and anything can happen in a court case. There could be a technicality, anything at all, right? I think we all know this with the judicial system, with criminal things. People can get off with technicalities, whatever. At the same time, if anything like that does happen, he gets straight extradited right over to the UK. So that's essentially what happens if that does happen. Even though he has to go through 2 cases now, and I'm assuming there's going to be a 3rd one. I'm going to make that prediction, and then kind of going from there. But then you also have the UK one, and then you're going to kind of go from there. So my thing is that I don't think it's going to happen. There's just too many eyes on these cases here. Too many people are looking into it, and I think there's a lot of hands. Besides just Romania, I think there's even more people helping out Diacut within outside like FBI. I know is within Romania and other places that are helping out as much as they possibly can without mixing up too much. So no, I don't see it happening, but technicalities can happen, but they will go to the UK if that happens. So thoughts?
Yeah, so first off, anyone who says some shit like, I'm not a rapist, I just like to do what I want, might as well said, I'm not a rapist, but I'm a rapist. That's number one, okay? Okay, number two, they no matter what their influence looks like, they lease everything, they barely pay their employees, they cannot afford to buy a judge. What they can afford to buy are the low-level cops that do the investigating can misplace files so they don't make it to the prosecution service. Okay, like, you know, when they get stopped for speeding and stuff, sure, you can buy, the Tates can afford those ones, okay? That's why even from jail, they didn't offer any kind of financial incentive. They said, we'll make it worth their while later. So just keep those things in mind. I don't think they can afford to bribe the judiciary. The fact that they even made the attempt is insulting because this is a panel of judges now in a rotating like kind of lottery thing. So you don't even know which judge you're going to get. However, who they might also be able to afford, and this is a theory, that they might be able to afford the scheduling clerk to make sure that they're heard more by maybe a Tate favorable judge. So that's my little theory.
Okay, can you guys hear me? I'm so sorry. I got my phone died a little bit. Okay, great. You can hear me.
That's okay. It's recorded. You can catch up on your own space.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, if anybody just came in here late, this will be, you can listen to the pre-recording or post-recording. Well, you're going to listen to it again. So there's that. All right. So let me see if anybody else have any more questions. If not, I'm going to 30 days to be, okay, Pax says 30 days to, okay, Pax says it takes, hold on, the extradition ruling which was given is final. No one can do anything about it as soon as the judicial proceedings and the convictions are, oh God, come on, are ended. He will be immediately arrested for 39 days, excuse me, for 30 days to be extradited. So there's that. Okay, so that came from Pax in the replies. Okay, ladies, this was great. So, does anybody have any, we're going to do this again next Tuesday. Little hiccups here and there, but you know, it's a growing process. So I'm going to let you all say your closing statements and then we'll see you all next Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern time again.
I love it. It's called See You Next Tuesday.
All right.
See you Tuesday. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Guys, thank you so much for coming. And yes, pass the word around. We'll be doing this every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Take care and have a good week.